Ooh, David. 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 Yay, David.
Hello name nerds, my name is Patrick and welcome to Fun with First Names, where each week we'll look into the meaning, origin and some extra fun facts behind one specific first name. And this week we're looking into the first name of David. But before we begin, I just have a small favour to ask of you guys. A couple weeks back I released my first ever on-location mini documentary style video. It was about the name Colston in the city of Bristol and their complex relationship with one another. It was called The City That Cancelled a Name. If you didn't see it, please do go check it out. It's one of my best videos ever. I'm kind of annoyed, upset, whatever you want to call it. Whatever the case, it hasn't got as many views as I wanted it to get, so please do check it out if you haven't already. It's a really fun video. There'll be a link down below. Me and Amber, who edits these videos, had an absolute blast filming and creating that one, so please do go check it out. It'll mean a lot to me. Also, before we continue, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's become a patron in the most recent week. So a huge thank you goes out to Noah Ramone, Nolan Peel, Eric Larson, Dennis Basterzi and Stephanie Rachel. Thank you guys all so much for becoming new patrons. You guys are helping Name Explain in the best way possible. $1 a month helps out in a huge way. Patreon.com/Name Explain. Exclusive videos nobler, exclusive content and free videos. All that good jazz. Find it down below. Click the link if you want to. Anyway, on with today's name of David. And David is a seriously popular name, and its popularity doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. David has consistently been one of the most popular boy names in the English speaking world. And like I said, that popularity hasn't gone anywhere. And like I say a name like Gary, an example. A name like Gary, poor Gary, sorry if you're called Gary watching this video, I'm going to throw you under the bus quite a few times in this video. Gary is a name that's really on the decline, at least here in England anyway. And it's kind of become like an old man, outdated name. A name like David, however, hasn't really had that happen to it. So what made David such a popular name in the first place? And more importantly, why has it maintained so consistently popular? Well, in regards to how it became popular in the first place, that's a really easy question to answer. Like most popular names, we can explain that in one word: religion. David is actually just the English form of the Hebrew name of David, and this Hebrew name of David comes from the Hebrew Dod, meaning beloved. So David actually just means beloved, which is actually a really nice meaning for a name. You can't really argue anything about that. It's just nice, a name that means beloved. That's probably one of the huge reasons why this name is so popular. It's got a really nice meaning. Though, as I said, religion plays a huge role in this name's popularity. We've seen so many times here on Fun with First Names. If a name is important in a religion, it tends to become a popular first name. People love looking to religion for first names, and David is a really prime example of that. Perhaps one of the best examples of that we have. One certain David in particular is important across multiple religions, though perhaps the religion they are most important in is, of course, Judaism. I'm sure you know who this David is. He's the one who Michelangelo made the big impressive statue out of. He's the one who beat Goliath. He's the one who became king of the Israelites. This David is a huge deal in multiple religions, and especially Judaism. The most recognizable symbol of Judaism is his star, the Star of David. David's influence, however, is in way more than just Judaism. David plays a large role in all of the three main Abrahamic religions. That's why David is a popular name in Christianity and Islam too. Though it's worth mentioning that in Islam and Muslim communities, you are more likely to find the Arabic version of this name, Dawood/Davud. The importance of King David in these three religions made the use of the name David widespread, and while that explains how it became popular in the first place, it doesn't exactly explain to us why it's remained so popular. Like I said, why hasn't it gone the way of Gary and gone the way of the dodo? Imagine being a dodo called Gary. That would not be a good time. Anyway, as I was saying, why has this name of David remained so popular? Well, this is my own personal theory, but I think it comes down to just a bit of luck and the kind of people who had this name. The popularity of certain names, as we've seen, often depends on the famous people with that name. If a name is consistently used amongst celebrities and famous people, then that name tends to stay somewhat popular. However, it can kind of oversaturate. If a really unique name becomes really synonymous with one particular person, then that name doesn't get used at all. We saw this with Elvis. That name was so unique and so synonymous with one person, it it kind of sort of collapsed in itself. No one called their kid Elvis. With David, on the other hand, it was kind of, there was enough people called David, no one too synonymous with the name David, and it wasn't too unique. It was kind of like a perfect mix of things. And there has seemingly always been at least one or two interesting Davids in the public spotlight, and enough Davids out there to keep this name relevant and interesting. I mean, when I think of famous Davids, there are so many of the cool ones that come to mind. David Attenborough, David Bowie, David Hasselhoff, David Beckham, David Tennant, just so many cool Davids out there, so many influential, inspiring Davids out there who kept this name relevant and interesting and cool. That's my own theory on the matter, however, I have to admit. And like I said, I'm going to compare this name to Gary once again. If there were more cool, famous, influential Garys out there, maybe the name Gary would have stayed popular. But if we go with my own hypothesis on the matter, as long as we keep on producing cool enough Davids, the name should stick around. David is the 28th most popular boy's name in the USA and the 60th most popular boy's name in the UK. Like I said, this is a hugely popular name. It's actually kind of dwindled a little bit in popularity, however. It's not like in the top 10 annoyingly anymore. Maybe it could be there, but still, being that high up, very impressive. I just mentioned a huge slew of famous cool Davids, so I'm just going to mention David Brent here because not all Davids are as cool as David Bowie, unfortunately, and we just need to mention at least one really uncool David. But anyway, that's more than enough about the name David, but what are your thoughts on this name? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you know anyone with the name David? Are you called David yourself? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, I just want to share some thoughts to you guys on last week's name of Chase. Chase actually said, I'm trans mask and Chase is my chosen name. It has a lot of meaning to me because I'm a cross-country runner, so it's cool to have a name that's a synonym for run. Also because of the symbolism of chasing my goals. That is so cool, Chase. I haven't got any sort of witty, snidey remarks to say about that one. That's just really cool. That made me happy. Well, cool for picking the name Chase. I think it's a really cool name. Vincent Magnus said, it may be a surname, but I immediately thought of Chevy Chase. That is completely valid. Chevy Chase is perhaps one of the most famous people with Chase in their name, although it's their last name. And as I said, Chase actually did begin life as a surname, so that's probably a more apt Chase. Also, Chevy Chase is a really interesting guy. Go read some stuff about him. Very interesting figure. And Raymond Fagan said, my son graduated high school with both a Chase and a Chance in his class. A Chase and a Chance, that's so cool. See, we established that Chase is a popular first name. Chance, however, that's a great name, Chance. Take a chance on me, as those crazy Swedes once said. Go suggest some names down in the comments below, and I'll pick 3 of those to be put into a poll exclusively for my patrons to vote on, and then the winner of that poll will be the name covered in the next Fun with First Names video. So if you enjoyed the channel, want to help support it, and have a say in what names get explained, please do consider becoming a patron. Like I've always said, guys, just $1 a month helps out in the best way possible. You get these videos completely ad-free. You get exclusive content like a podcast and a blog post. You get a chance to say what names get explained here, not in just Fun with First Names, but in my Wednesday videos. Literally 2/3 or half, can I do the shorts now? 50% of my content is chosen by you patrons. So patreon.com/name explain. Please do go check it out. $1 a month helps in a massive way. Helps keep the lights on here. Helps keep that massive light that makes me look somewhat presentable here. Help me buy this camera, what I'm now using to make these videos. It's the best way to support the channel. So if you want to, that would be hugely appreciated. But anyway, that's more than enough for myself. Don't forget to go follow me on Instagram where I'm NameExplainYT, and don't forget to go join the Facebook group Friends of Name Explain, where you can chat with myself and many other name nerds. Okay guys, take care. And unlike, what am I saying here? What am I saying here? What am I saying here? My hair looking silly. Oh, you can't really see it. Oh well, I just look bored. Judaism, let's try again. More than from just, why can't I say this? The name should prosper. Don't I have it here? Stick around. Imagine being called that went well.